Good morning, folks. Welcome to the stream. We're going to continue with some TCG Card Simulator, just grinding for our full set. We are 6 cards away. One card in the Tetramon series and 5 in Destiny. We have been there for a couple of streams. We are on version 0.63.1 now. There was an update last night or the night before, and then there was a minor update, I guess a patch. The 0.1 is a patch, but the change has to do with the workshop table. Apparently now we can, there's a better way to, I guess, set the limits, and you can change the limits too. That's still oh, you can, okay, you can type it in now. Good. Okay. And you can go up to 20. Ah, that's okay. That was a change. I think it used to be 5, right? So there's still minimum cards to remain. There's still, which ones do you want to do? Geez, you could do a ghost. Holy cow. Well, not technically no, because nothing's going to be under 200. Huh. Any rarity, common, rare, okay. Okay, so now yeah, okay, well, you could do any rarity to begin with, but you were limited to $5. And you had to use the scroll. Now you can type it in. I like it. Yes, that's what we've been wanting. Okay. Yeah, I might use that later. Right now, we're going to hold off on doing any of that for a while. We're going to continue with our normal flow. Let's see. We're set up for the day. I know that for sure, because we always do that. At least we should be. We'll check. Yeah, we paid everything. We've got grading going on. We must have filled that. Yeah, we did, and those are moving on forward. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and just start today. You see from the all the destinctifiers are filled. Start the day. This is my ghost cards and my hollows or foils. So the common ghost and its corresponding foil cards. So you can see I need 2 more whites. We need the Dracone and the Jack Turn in white foils. And we did pick up one of these. I think it was the Fist Trunk. Yeah, it was the Fist Trunk. We picked this one up last stream. So we're down to only 4 black foils. So we need 6 black foils, ghost cards. And we also need 6 cards. You can see here the Tetramon Uniques. We need 1 card. It's 1 epic. And then the Destinies, we need 5 cards. 2 common, 2 rare, 1 legendary. And that is why I am opening 4 epics here, followed by Tetramon, followed by 4, that should be, yeah, the rares, Destinies. I got common Destinies here, and legendary Destinies here. And for the last few streams, we have not been getting anything out of those packs with respect to new cards. We've seen one card come in the last couple, 3 streams, I believe, but it was a trade. And it would have been a trade for a card that I only had one of, so I couldn't make the trade. Get the new card, but then I'd lose the other card. So it's just a standard grind. 1 and 1, say it like that, 1 and 1. So I can't make that trade because, you know, I now have 2 of these and 0 of these. Then I need 7 cards. Don't want to do that. Let's see, don't need that. So it's basically grind and either get lucky and find it in the pack, or have the customers bring them in. The one final achievement we're working on is called Obsessed with Grades. And you have to get one particular card and then get that card graded with a score from 1 through 10. Now, I have always taken that as I have to end up having in a collection book, so I'll have to put these back in, but 10, a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of the same card, right? 10 cards. The problem with that grading is that grades of 1 through 4 only have a 1% chance of coming up. So it's very rare to get those. So you can regrade cards, and we did that. We took a 5 to get the 4 of this set. We took a 5, an extra 5 we had, we regraded it, and it showed up as a 4, which is good. Problem is I don't have extra 1s and extra 2s. Otherwise I'd have the thing complete. So you could, I guess, theoretically grade a 4 down to a 3, and a 3 down to a 2, and a 2 down to a 1. But how long is that going to take? And then the other thing is, I believe you have to have all 10 cards at one time. It's not like you could grade it and say, okay, I've got 3 through 10. Let me downgrade that 1, 3 that I've got, and eventually, maybe it'll downgrade to a 2. Let's say it does. And then you downgrade that 2 to a 3 or to a 1. So you'd really only have 8 cards, but you would have had, hey, I got that one particular card graded 1 through 10. I don't think the game sees it that way. I think the game has to see it in your notebook to count, because like here, the game can't count these. It doesn't recognize these. Neither does the card mod that I have here. I'm not trading for ghost cards. I'll buy all the ghost cards. Okay, here's one. You're at 2,400. 9,000. I'd give you. I know we'll walk away from this one. You're insulting me. No, I'm just offering you what I want to offer you. Okay, here. Buy this. Buy all the ghost cards. Because I'm trying to do that Obsessed with Grades with ghost cards. Not a bright idea. Because your ghost cards are so limited in volume that trying to get 10 cards graded, right? Now I've got 8 of this one, but I don't have again, I don't have 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s that I could then regrade the 3s and the 4s and try to just constantly regrade them and let them go down. Kind of run out of the mamo trees. I don't have a 4-5-6 or a 4-3-2, but I'll have to look and see how many 5s and 6s I have, and then I can try to downgrade those. If you regrade a card, there's the obvious of it could go down 1. Well, it could stay the same, or it could go down 1 or go up 1. Ooh, 10,000. Okay, will you take 1,000 for this? That's your final offer, huh? 1,100. Bit low. How about this? He's not changing anything. Okay. I like that. Gives me a spare for trading, just in case. And if not, then eventually, when I've completed the sets, anything that's high dollar, I'll be grading anyway. Four of those, that's enough of that one. That's an ugly card. Now this card, standalone, that is a grade 4, but I bought this card. So the achievement specifically says you have to grade the cards for the Obsessed with Grades. But it sounds like in the forums, people are saying, hey, you can buy a card and regrade it, and it'll count. So it's like, hey, you should buy your grade 1, 2, 3s that come in and just regrade them. So I was like, I don't know if that'll work, but I saw it more and more in the forums. And so I decided, well, since I'm looking at the ghost cards, I'll go ahead and start buying them, and then I'll set them aside. So I got to buy it and remember it. So we've only done that once. And then I even changed the border of the display card case to know, okay, that's a weird case, right? And once we get through grading a bunch of cards, all the ghosts we have, I'm going to slow down on opening the packs just a little bit for the sake of trying to then say, okay, how many do I have any other series ghosts that I could use? And I think there's about 3 more. So I may do another case like this if I get down to about 7 or 8 cards. But we still got a lot of grading to do, because you're limited with only 4 cards. Okay, you want to give me a Kayanebi for one of these, and I have 7 of these. That one I am accepting. I want any and all ghost cards, just not graded ghost cards. Yeah, you guys are going to complete way early because we spent half the time in prepping and then chatting. That's fine. It would be nice if these guys would bring in foils or, but like I said, for the last 3 streams, it's 3 or 4 streams. It's like, I'm not getting any of the cards I like. I think even though it's a random game, the game would know enough to say, hey, I eventually need to bring this guy this 1 card he needs, or these 5 cards he needs, or these foils he needs. But, you know, just like real life, you never know what you're going to get in a pack. Got a ghost. Is strong. nice cards there. 22. 6,000. Goodness. Mix. Yep, still didn't get one for the regular sets. Oh man. The grind continues. Let's see, I don't wait. We got an hour for the store to close. No need to rush over there, grab some boxes and put them in here. Get set up for the ghost duplicates. See, I've got these that have come by, but I was trying to get through the ones that I have a lot of, which are getting down to here. Nope, not even here anymore. I've gotten so many new ones. See, I still have 36 of these. Well, technically 37, because while that's the book thinks I've got 37, the game thinks I have 37. And so I have 36 dupes, but because in the other display I have one of these, I actually have 37 dupes. But I still need to get through grading all of these. So you can see 5 of these I have still 23 or more. It's still a lot of grading, and all of these are the ones that I've been picking up since. That's kind of why I want to slow down on opening the card packs because that's the main place I'm getting ghost cards. Whoops, waited too long. Sorry. It's the end of the day, so let's refill the destinkifiers. Okay. And oh yeah, I set the mod of the custom workers to everybody will stay late. Got tired of them leaving and dropping and all that. Okay, so that was the last guy, last customer. Okay, start the new day. Everybody leaves, everybody comes back with a nice, refreshing sleep. Maybe? Yeah, there they go. There they go. Okay, let's, even though you're 63, take you back over to where you belong, which is there. Okay. Let's pay the bills. Like I say, I've been trying to get through these, but I think right now I saw you. I'm going to take you because you're one of the ones I've got. And I don't think there were any more, right? No, Draconics, but it's the white. I've got the black version. Mama Tree, I've got the white version. Okay. That one. Okay, and then we're going to pick up with you guys. That. You were a mix. Okay, you were a mix. Oh, a couple of you were foils. Yeah, 9, 8, 8. No 10 foil. No. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, there was a 10 foil. So we got foil. The first 6 of these are foil, but unfortunately, 5s and 8s and 8s and 9s. Those don't get expensive. But need them anyway. Eventually to sell. Graded foil ghost. We'll sell those eventually. Okay. Now let's see, y'all reset already, so let's call in our order from our warehouse. We have top of the line. Automatic inspection systems, scanning systems, and cameras that look at our shelves and tell us what we need. I.e., we have a mod. One click, restock. Let's see, send you out. Restock. Send you out to restock. Don't pull up empty shelves. Okay, get these in there. So I'm going to get everything off the street thing. Not that it matters. I just kill time and do it. And the other reason I still open is most of the time when I've opened, just opening packs, you can get God packs, what some people call God packs. We've always called them hot packs. Where it's 6 or 7 good cards in one pack. Well, that's where I've gotten the foil packs. Man the counter. Hot packs of ghost foils, which are really nice to see. 75, 80, 90,000. Okay, we'll start today. You guys start shopping. And you guys start opening. And around 3 o'clock, we start checking in on me. Now, early morning, you don't tend to get a lot of people that want to trade or sell cards. So up till about 10, 10:30, you might get a couple, maybe up to a handful, 5. They really start coming in the afternoon. Sure, why not? 3,900 of one and 350 of the others. Okay. Well, 11,000. Okay, so you're willing to take 1,550. Nice. Again, that gives me a spare of a high dollar card, or one that I can grade and potentially get, a gem 10 out of it and make a lot of money. Those. Try not to buy cards like that. I'll buy a few cards that I like. But you know, for the most part, they like to try to just come in and sell a card like that. And I'm like, I got 398. I don't need any more of these. It would be nice if you could post a want list of the cards you wanted, right? If it kind of knew, and you could, the game could then say, oh, he wants these, you know, X number of cards. Yeah, we'll have a couple of customers maybe come in and try to trade or sell on those. The problem is if they try to trade it, and I only have one of the card that they want to give me, well, I can't do the trade. And it's happened so many times. New card pops up in the trade window. It's like, here you go. This is a new card you don't have. I want this card, but you only have one of them. Yeah, and I can't make that trade. Because while it gives me the new card, it takes away the card that I need for the complete set. Notice how it's the afternoon, it's starting to pick up with these guys wanting to trade or sell. Which, you know, makes sense. People come in at lunchtime and they start coming in after work, things like that. So it makes sense. Don't want graded cards. The only graded cards I'll really get are the ghosts now that I'm going to go ahead and try to track and do that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get 2 hours left. 2. 3. 3 o'clock. Oh yeah, I said 2:30 or 3, I guess. I just don't like that card, so no, I don't want that trade. There's a couple of cards I don't want to trade for. That star one is one of them. And I already skipped one, even though it was a graded card. I skipped it for that reason, but it was the like really like melting character. There's one that kind of looks like a clown too. I don't trade for it either. And again, my card mod, see, it thinks I have 0 white foils and 0 black foils, but obviously we have 18 white and 16 black. Because we don't have dupes of those, but they're not in the catalog book or in my collection book, so. Then we'll come back and start. Oops, still got a little bit of time left on you. Okay. 9 and 7. Okay. Now here, I know I have to have at least 2,000, 3,000. Here's one. Could be, nope, not going to be the one I need. You know that. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just trying to see that 1447 number go up. Want it, but I already got 3 of it. It's like my favorite card. Your favorite character. Is that folks? Okay, so those will open up until the end of the day, so we don't need to go back in there and check anything. 5 and 7 would give me 6 and 6, but I want to keep that one. So decline. Decline. Yeah. Debate if I want to go do bundled cards again. Nope, not getting mine. I've done them, and I can still sell them here in game, but I sell everything that you can buy from the shop, from the shops in the game. So I get 12, 12, and 12 here. So on packs, you can get 48 packs per shelf times 3 shelves. So I like the look of these versus the big tables, which is what a lot of people end up using. You can get 64 packs per shelf, and there's 12 shelves on one of the big tables. That guy. And but I would need about, if I did 1 shelf of these per item, I think I'd need 8, either 8 or 9. I am thinking about doing that. And changing this out from all of these 3-shelf black display cases to the tables. And not change the amount of storage that I have. Do I want to? Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Make a few happy every now and then, so they write me a good review. Not that the reviews mean anything yet in game. They will eventually impact the number of customers you have each day, either up or down, depending on your reviews. But I am thinking about doing that. That would be a major overhaul. have to go about it slowly because like on packs, there's 48, 48, 48. So one of those display cases of packs would fill up 2 shelves on a table. Now there's no way I'd have room for, the only way I'd have room for like double the amount of tables and keeping the same amount of product out that I have would literally be double the number of tables. So I'd have to have like 16 to 18 tables, which means all of this storage would probably have to go back here. And, you know, maybe I'll do that because once I get all these sets done, I don't need these card rippers, pack rippers anymore. So I'll get rid of a bunch of them, maybe keep one for the occasional, just, you know, kind of keep it going. But given my luck in the last few streams, might as well get rid of them now because you ain't getting me no new cards. They have done foils though, that's unfair to say. Okay, so we have definitely sold out of the King Star statue. We probably sold out early, so we probably got a really bad review. And we did at the very end. 9 o'clock, very end, got one. Okay. Okay, hey everybody. Over to here to the card grading. And we will jump on over. Oh, that's right, we got rid of one and didn't. We got some new ghosts, but obviously we got some duplicates. Otherwise this would have been on the next page. Okay, submit that. Stinkifier, that's why I like to do that, but before the end of the day so they don't come in there and start trying to fill that up. Yeah, we got. Okay, so these were Dracunixes, 8, 8, 10. See, what I don't like about this is like I don't know what that card is back there. You know, when you put them in there and you forget about them, okay, you start grading them. It's like, well, which card are you? Okay, you're that. I see that now. You're the Royal Llama. Okay, so that was, we were finishing up some Dracunixes, or did a few extras because we have this series of Dracunix that we're trying to complete. We've got a 5 and a 4, but I don't have any 3, 2, 1s. Back to here. Destiny. Epic. It was epic. Yeah, that's an epic. Regular. Chitramon. Restock. Restock. So even though that sold out, it's a 472. So that's good. Okay, so since that's sold out, get our scanner and scan 3 extras of those and check out. So we'll buy 3 more of those. That'll give me 3 spares, so that if they do sell out, or ideally they won't sell out and give me a bad review. And again, reviews don't mean anything right now in the game. So yeah, that would be a wholesale change. Every single one of these. I don't know if they fit. I don't think all of these. Now they did shrink. They might now. This used to be, see how it's empty, then the shelf, and then nothing? This used to be empty, the shelf, empty. So they reduced the size of that and said, well, no, we don't need the backside. We'll make it like there's a front to the shelf. And so they reduced how much room. And so instead of these 3 typically would have come out to about here, they now compact and come into here. All right, so I would have had another one, yeah, they would have come out to about here. So maybe there's a chance that all that storage could fit in here still. So when I get rid of these, maybe I'll convert to tables. And if I want the same amount of product, like I said, I would have to go with 2 of these on a table, on a big table, 2 shelves, 2 of the 12 shelves would handle the product that's in one of these. Here it'd actually take an extra. I think I'd get 2 of these on a shelf, so it'd actually be 4 of those on a shelf. I mean 4 of those for 2 shelves. I'm going to start you before the day starts. I always like to do that. That means around 2 o'clock I'm putting in, checking these versus 3 o'clock. Set you guys back on the counters and start the new day. There's a mod that would let you grade. I think it doubles the number that you could do, or makes it unlimited. I don't remember. I think probably unlimited. What would we get in that? Just so I can knock all this grading out at once for the ghost and decide, okay, is that really what I want to do, or do I want to switch to, let's just get a card that I've got about 1,000 of and just grade. I don't do swaps on ghosts. And then even the high price cards that I want to eventually sell too. Okay, I'll take a ghost for a graded regular card that I've picked up somewhere through grading. When we were grading, before we were grading cards, and then we started grading just the ghost because I decided I was going to go after that thing with the ghost. So we'll take that one and get an extra ghost out of that. A little more activity than usual on trading sales before 11 a.m., but that's fine. Like I said, sometimes it's a handful, sometimes it's only one. Today was the handful, but no luck on what we needed. And it would take a lot to do that. Changing these tables. That'll be a lot of work if I decide to do that. And I might decide to do it. I actually do want to move all of these closer. The problem is where I want them is right where that door is. And I lose because of the door here. I can't put anything until about here. These 6 display cases. So I'd have to start them here. So I'd have 6 display cases left over, which is kind of fine because I could put them here where I used to have 10 of these comic books, right? I could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And the reason you do that is I want to get the people to the product as fast as you can. It's about the efficiency, right? You want to get them to the product very fast and then get them to the cashier very fast. Because the time it takes for them to walk over to here and walk back is they're in your store and you can't have a replacement customer come in when they're in your store. You're allowed only 28 customers in a store at a time. So if I got one paying here and then having to walk nice and slow all the way over to here until he gets out here, you can't get his replacement in. So the efficiency of the layout is part of what you're trying to do here. But either way, whether they're shopping for product here or paying for product here or paying for product here, shopping for product here, I'm like, well, you're still walking the same distance. So it doesn't really matter. And when I start selling just cards, what I'm thinking of doing, well, I kind of want them here next to the register. I could add another employee, put them back here, and put all just individual card tables here because we've got thousands of cards to sell. I mean, I'm gonna be selling even the penny cards just to do it. Keeping just a set of each. I'll end up keeping a full set of Tetramon, a full set of Destiny, a full set of Ghost and Ghost foils eventually. But everything else, I want to at least keep 5. Kind of, sort of. It's not a hard rule, but kind of want to keep 5 of each for a while, in case I start doing that bundling again and selling those. You can make some good money out of those, but mid-afternoon, everybody starts coming in trying to buy, sell. Give me the cards I need, people. That'll get rid of that one. The most I can ever get out of that is whatever that graded value is here. If I wanted to end up grading this one, I could get $2,340 for it, potentially. So we'll make that trade because it gets rid of one of the graded cards that I don't care about. It could do the same thing here because 13,000 and I've already got 5 of them. Gets rid of a graded that I'm never really going to see a price increase on. And even though I got 5, might as well do it. Write me a good review. Get rid of my golden favorite. You open it up on the ground. Oh, that's one of the changes. They did do a tweak in this version update, version 0.63, which was a finally thing. Like here, let's see, I've got 6 cards here. 64 there. If they come and pull from here, they're going to pull from this one box, the box that has the fewest number of items in it. They will pull from that box first. Now, it used to be they'll pull from any box they feel like that's up on the shelf. but now apparently it's coded in where they will pull from the box that has the fewest items in it until that one's empty. Throw that box away. So that was cool. Because obviously if they're pulling from any box, you could end up having 4 boxes on the shelf and none of them are full. Whereas here it keeps them full. You're not selling out of that particular product. It keeps them full and keeps working that one thing. Now, because I've got so many stockers, obviously if 2 of them come to the same spot, one of them may take a full box, the other one takes a half box, because it was the only box there, like those 3, right? 2 stalkers come there. Sounds like I'm saying stalkers. Stock boys. Let's see, we'll do that. Because I want the ghost cards. All the ghost cards. But yeah, that's a nice change. See? So they didn't take that, they didn't take that. Actually, did they? They may have, but that again could have been because I have my custom worker mod and they're going super fast. It was probably one of those cases where 2 stock boys came there to the same shelf to fill a spot. That's fine. It's good. It was a good change that they've implemented for that. Okay, end of the day, got lots of nice folks in here still trying to buy stuff. Okay, we still got a customer here. Let's check our destinkifiers. Oops. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I need to disable the stay late. Okay, last guy's gone. End of the day. Next day, day 549. Okay. This should be nothing but royal llamas. Yep, 8s, 9s, and 10s. That's basically what you're typically going to get, 8s, 9s, and 10s when you grade. So, okay, it's nice. You get a whole bunch of these guys are like walking like an army. Okay. That's it. Hey, everybody. Go into here. Go into here. Okay. Keep working this large group down. You guys. Ooh, lots of product. Okay, we didn't fall down. And you guys sold out again, so get our scanner. And more of those. Check out. That adds that to that. They fill up here first, and then they fill up these. Oh, no? Okay. Well, they started filling out. That was nice of them. They tend to fill up here first, and then fill up all of these. Back. And we still got a ways to go. Go out. Go out. Okay. They finish out there, and at the very end they come over here. Start, we'll get these guys going. Counter, start a new day. Will today be the day we get one more card that we need, or more? Wouldn't mind more than one. Whether it's a foil card or a regular card, but I'm less concerned about the foil cards than I am about the regulars. I really want to complete the regular Tetramon and Destiny sets. Okay, let's check. Nah, like I don't want to spend about 1,000 for that. If it's 5 digits, if it's 10,000 or above, that's when I seriously think about getting it. Especially if I only have one of them. Not that it matters. We got 3 million. So. Every time I look at this, I'm like, oh, do I really want to go to big tables? The reason you would do a big table is like here. So when you put this figurine in here, this one, you can hold 6 of these per shelf. In a 32 count shelf, you can only hold 4 of those. And on the table where you can handle 64 packs, I think I can do 8 of these on a shelf. So I could put 8 and 8, 16 on 2 shelves on a table and have almost as many as I have here. But the key is when somebody comes and looks at a shelf, the more items you're able to have on a shelf, the more customers might buy from that shelf, right? That's why you want to keep your stock, your shelves full as well, because they're going to come in and they're going to look at this and say, you know, because they're programmed to come in as like, hey, I want one of these black play mats, and I'm going to look in the second shelf out of the 3. They're not really going to look here. So they see this and say, oh, 24. Maybe I'll buy 4 of these. But if you can get 36 on a table shelf, if you could get 36, they may look at that and say, I'll buy 6 of those. There's more product available. Whereas on a 32, they would, you know, you might only get, say, 16. And they'd say, okay, well, I'll buy 2 of those. That's how the game mechanic works for the shelving. So that's why people like to go to the big tables, because you get more product on a shelf to be able to sell. It's just that those things are so big. I mean, they're big. They probably come out to about here versus the cash register. And then they're as thick as the cash register. So, yeah, it would take a lot, especially if I did twice the number, because I'd want to keep the exact, or keep as close to possible the quantity that I have on display here. Now, if I do just one row of table or one set of tables, basically I could fill that table once with the excess product that I have, and then keeping up with it, like a box of 64 here, I could refill a shelf, one of those shelves, 4 times. And there's no way you'd ever go through 4 shelves, 5 shelves in one day on a product. Not like packs. I can't imagine that. Potentially, yes, you could sell out here, because you probably get, maybe you only get 2 of these per big shelf. I don't remember. Maybe you get 2 of these per big shelf, and I have 8, 9, 10, 11. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at it, but I may do that. I'm going with the idea. But I'd have to kind of go one at a time, or have a bunch of empty boxes. Because what I'd actually do is, like, I'd take a box, I'd take a shelf, a table, and I'd say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these 12 items. Ooh, wait a minute, projector. Yeah, I want that. Messing up my math. Set. Line. Nope, none of you are expensive enough. The one card we need when we checked was on the order of about $1,880. So if I'm not getting something like a $2,500 account when we open the epics, then I don't even need to look at them. And again, here, don't really care. I just want to see the number go up. Right? We know we're going to get some decent stuff. But the 1447 did not go up. Oh, waited too long. That's what happens when I stay back there and try to open and fill all of those. I get tired of waiting to trade or sell. Leaping in on 3.1, we're still a couple weeks away from probably being up and over 3.1. We're only making about 5K actual profit each day. Obviously, I could be cards, but I don't want to. Two of those for no, that's a trade. Nope, don't get my ghost. So those guys are selling, and these guys are selling. Still got plenty of those, but he's selling. And we didn't drop. This only has about a 3-hour history, so if it drops like that, I haven't been looking at it. I basically do this just because I look to see, did I sell out anything? Because I usually don't go back and like scan the shelves and all of that. If I happen to see it, I see it. Nope, not getting my ghost cards. But it's a good way to kind of say, oh, hey, something happened in that 3-hour time span. You know, I'm sold out of these. Look at that. So I have sold out of those. It's close to the end of the day, and I'll probably get somebody mad at me because I didn't get it. Right? So we're going to do this. Check out. Get a few more of those. Okay. May not buy them, but that's fine. Gives me that chance. And again, it doesn't mean anything right now in game. It will eventually, from what the devs have said. The dev, it's one guy. He contracts out folks helping out on him, but it's basically one guy started this. Drops to him. I have actually started looking at what does it take to create your own cards and to do a card replacement set. You know, people certainly have done that with Pokemon and 3 or 4 or 5 others. A bunch of the anime things. Some of them add cards to the database. Others replace cards. Yeah, I want to buy that, but I guess I don't know. But yeah, one thing I'm looking at. I mean, so far, love the game, but I was a baseball card collector back in the day, and I would love to have this game with baseball cards. And I've been thinking about doing a sports theme set, but then it's like, well, how are you going to get it? So I'm starting to look at, can AI generate a whole bunch of fake baseball cards for me? And then I could go about doing this whole thing again with baseball cards. Mm-hmm. Which one were you? Yeah, you're bound to be. Okay. Oh, shoot, they are. Okay, let's fill our destinkifiers. You'll notice everybody left. Did that BRB real quick. I just opened up the panel of the mods and disabled that. Okay. Okay. Here. Hey, everybody. Come over here. And we got down to still knocking out the Royal Llamas. Ooh. What is that? 3. Oh. Yeah, it's a 3 of a raison. Okay. So let's go take a quick peek at our graded cards. I think the black cards are going to be around. Okay, so King Star. I have a 5 and a 4, but no 6. We got some 7s. We could probably end up downgrading one of those to a 6. But we don't have a 3-2-1. Raison, yeah, okay. So, raisons, we've got 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s, 6, and a 3. No 5s or 4s though, so not great there. If we get a few more coming out, sure. Ghost, duplicates, there's that. Restock. Help. You go help. And it's in there. Okay, we're kind of recovered. So I feel like we need a few extras of these. It's 2 per. Yeah, we'll just get an extra box of this. We started with those 3. So we just filled the shelf there. Two boxes of those extras. I think we still got 2 or 3, 4 days left in the week from when those started disappearing. I should rethink. Okay. Got an idea for the end of the day. The counter. Start the day. Will day 550 be the day we get some more towards our set? Only needing 6 cards. We just don't know. Have to wait and see. I still toy with the idea of, do I want to have a 5th checker? Just to try to get even more, another person that instead of stacking up 4 people, you could stack up 5 people to try to trade or sell. But man, it's hard enough just to keep up with these 4. A shredded cord on my mouth. Every now and then it hangs up. I need to fix that. Get me some duct tape and wrap around it. Decline that. Nope, you don't get my ghost cards. I did check the destinkifier, right? Yeah. Decline. Oh, filled up. Whoops. Could have accepted that one. No big thing, but could have. One of these. Aha. Okay. 1925. It could go up to 11,700. I only have one of them, but I have 5 of these. So, trading this, it's always better to trade this side because now I have 2 of these and I'll have 4 of these. So it gives me a dupe, a little item that I can either trade eventually or be able to grade and sell for potentially quite a bit of profit. Guys, again, if it's not at least 2,500, I know I'm not getting the card I need. You, legendary art card, full legendary art card. That's what those are, full art legendary. Not a full art legendary. I was going to assume that was probably the card I needed. It's the rarest out of each set, traditionally. That one too. What are the EX legendary foil? Art legendary. Yep. Okay, so they're all. There's 2 EX foil legendary, or 2. That's a common foil. Oh, okay. Okay, but it's basically an EX foil and a full art foil. And then it's just a matter of whether it's the epic, the legendary, the rare, or the common. Okay. Postcard, duplicates. So those are all, expensive cards. Theoretically, in the grand scheme. Okay, that. Where to go? Nine. I purposely set this up to try to get graded ghost cards that I would then try regrading to see if it'll help me complete that quest. I've only seen one card that way. Sure. Got plenty of those. Okay, end of the day, we can check our destinkifiers. Ooh, man, it was a busy day today. 5 cans. In my ghost card. Okay, we're still. No, we had extras here. That started slowing down. That pig is this one. Stinkifiers done. That 2500 could have been one. Needed. Should have looked at it. But I never remember if that's one I needed or not. Just kind of keep grinding. Okay, now here's what I want to do. We'll take you guys back to here where fill this shelf up. they put them here because they're closer to where the packs are, which are here. And so instead of walking all the way over here where they got a box from, they want to come back here and say, well, these are closer. Let's go grab those. Can't fault them for that, but it sure meshes up what I want. Method to my madness. Okay. Come over here. Take the scanner. Scan all of those. Get the 4 of each box. They're delivered into the day, so they're going to be sitting here waiting for these guys, for my stock boys to come in. We're selling these and these, it looks like. Okay. Okay. So everybody will show up. Pay the bills. See who we started on. You guys. 4s and 4s, 5s. You're starting to creep up, but we got 22 of you. Yeah, man. I'm just never gonna get done. But these guys, I want you. So we got a few more Dracons because we've been trying to get the Dracons graded out. Now, you guys are filled up. 10, 9, 8, 8, 8, 10, 10, 9. Now, RNG of the game says it's going to be hard to get them 1 through 4s. Okay, we're going to go fill that order. And while they're doing that, we're going to get an earlier start this week. Filling you guys up. Yeah, we're already down. And the counter, and the counter, and do that. Open for business. Freak. 2 hours. Need to get up, walk around, get that blood circulating. So we'll let the game run. I'll miss out a few of these guys trying to trade or sell, but that's fine. I'll be back in about 3-4 minutes. One. Done. Hello. Not the one I needed, but some good cards in there. Million. Dude, in my space. We've eclipsed 3.1 million. It'll take 2, 3, 4 days to be able to get to the point where we're above and beyond 3.1. Decline. See, I did not buy extras. Got it. Accept. Decline. Accept. Yep, they're still selling. You're still selling quite a bit. Yep, between both of those are selling. I think we got enough where they won't sell out. Accept. the ghost cards that I've got right now. Okay, Distinkifiers. Refill. Day. The stock boys will take care of all. Yeah. This page. No. Okay, so this trunk. Out of 5, that's decent in the sense that Recon. I think we had a couple of 5s. I think he's a potential candidate. I got 2 10s and a 9 foil, just a royal llama. Got 2.8 million. There's 3 Conix, who's one of them that I've got. Regrade that 4. I mean that 5 to try to get a 4. Okay, Dracon. We've got 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s. Oh, just a 5. So we're missing 6, and so it's not a good one on the black side. Ghost card duplicates. Stock. One champion of the city. At least the street. Hey, get back up there. That should have filled up. Did I only end up buying 3 of those? Oopsies. No, I knew I had 4 on all of them. Here, gotta go start doing some chores and some errands. Thanks everybody for watching. I will be back later today. Not sure when, but I'll be back later today. Probably gonna play some Necess later. Maybe get back to 7 Days to Die. I'm kind of burned out on 7 Days to Die. But yeah, just not sure. We'll figure out what we'll play later. But I do need to start the day, do some chores, do some errands, make the breakfast for the folks, and all those fun things. And so, thanks everybody for watching, and hit that follow button on Twitch, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. I'll upload this to YouTube as a sign off, and hope everybody has a great rest of your day, and come on back for the next stream. I'll see you then. Bye bye.